Imagine if Terra, the Earth Guardian, would harness the power of the fire. I was very excited to thrive in the Terra deck. This card can be really good, especially with attacks that gain power. And what better to gain power than 1 power per resource rate? And here is where Fire Breathing comes into play. I've put together 2 deck lists for you. One more fire cannon with a lot of damage potential, and the other one a bit more balanced that you can bring at the armory. If I could go to play skirmish, I would probably bring the second list with Terra that I will show you today. For the glass cannon one, let's look at the most amount of damage we can do in 1 turn. Of course, things need to line up perfectly and you still need to be alive in order to perform this combo. In order to perform this combo, you need to have 2 tries, 2 blues to pitch and a fire breathing. One of the tribes or fire breathing needs to be in arsenal before starting the final turn. 2 tribe means that every instance of gaining 1 attack, you gain 2 extra attack. So, with fire breathing, 1 resource is equal for 3 damages. The big setup that we have to do during the previous turns is to play 2 energy potions. Both of them will produce 4 resources, and as we said, 1 resource is equal to 3 damage with fire breathing, so 4 resources will entail into 12 damage. Then we're gonna have 2 crazy brews, which is 4 resources and 2 instances of +2, which translates into 12 damage plus 8 damage, which is 20. Adding to the damage, we can play 2 potions of strength. Each will provide 4 damage to the combo turn. 2 turns before we go off with fire breathing, we are going to set up 1 Channel Mount Heroic, which equates to 5 damage. You cannot keep up 2 of them, because on how we're going to set up the next turn. The turn before we go off, we use Mage Master Booth and pitch a blue Earth card to play Seeds of Strength yellow. The Earth pitch doesn't activate because of paying for my Mage Master Booth and we already have mana floating. So we have 2 mites. Then we pitch a blue Earth card for the second Seeds of Strength yellow for 3 mites. We're gonna have 1 resource floating, of which we can use to the Terra ability to create another mite. This in total creates 6 mite tokens, of which 3 damage each is equal to 18 damage. For the combo turn, we either have Fiendal Spring Tunic or Blossom of Spring to generate 1 resource, which is 3 extra damage. We do have Goliath Gauntlet, which provides 4 extra damage for our fire breathing. And then we play the 2 Thrive and fire breathing with 2 blues, which this allows us to have 4 extra resources, which is 12 damage, and this totals to 15 damage attack. Summing up all of the pieces, we are going to have an 85 damage turn. If you have only 1 tribe and an extra blue card, the damage total is going to be 68, 1 short of 69. Let's quickly look at my deck list. This is going to be pretty straightforward. It's all the combo pieces that I showed you. The Seed of Strengths with, of course, Fire Breathing and like Energy Potion, the Crazy Brew, which you need to roll a 5 or a 6, Potion of Strength, and a lot of blue Earth cards to feed the turns. We can either have the Blossom of Spring and the Tunic. This is pretty much the Fire Cannon version of the Terra list, which you need to be very lucky to pull off. If you want a more consistent Terra list, which is less of a glass cannon and more of a serious list, that I will bring up to the next armories as soon as I have a chance to. It's a very defensive build, which tries to use a defense reaction that costs 2, in order to have 1 resource floating and to pay for the Terra ability. Also, we can play with the Rams in order to have floating resources, so we can play for the Terra ability and then come back with a pumped up attack. Let's quickly look into it. We have a Rampart and Ironhide, so you can block and have some resources floating, so you can pay for the Terra ability. Then from here, we have defense reactions that cost 2, like in staunch responses and mulches. You can add more of those if you want to be a bit more defensive. But the idea is, as I said, to block with 1 card, pitching blue, And then you create a might token and then attack back with a blue and one, for example, Bracken Wrap would makes a might token on hit. And I think that probably the best card is like Strongwood. It's like a 7 attack for 1 blue. This blocks for 3 is a pretty good card. But yeah, this is the deck that I would build. Of course, we don't know many of the Earth card coming in the new set yet, so the decklist might change, but this is the first version that I'm probably gonna try to play at the local armories. I hope you enjoyed this deck tech, and let me know if you can do a bigger combo and if you enjoy playing this deck list. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye bye.